Hello, 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 everybody. Sorry for the late start. I was over on Hero Shack talking about this, that, and everything. So how are we all tonight? Let me go over and share. Couple moments. We'll start drawing Skyman. Hey, nobody else is here. Nope, not yet. Let me get a picture of Skyman here so people can see. And as you can see, that's a picture I got used for thing. But how are you tonight, Fitz Chozo? Let's see what it is. Hello, hello, I made it. My laptop decided to blue screen a good few times. Thanks. Windows 7, oh yeah. Well, sorry to hear that about your laptop. That's silly. Okay, there we go. We're see the chat. You're super quiet again, right? Oh. Might be the fact that my mic was not in front of me. It doesn't want to pick it up. There we go. It's all right. My laptop is from 2009, so it's all good. Ah, the blue screen of death. Okay, so let me. I don't know whether Skyman can actually fly. I don't know what his powers are. Really. Um. Actually, when I was trying to get Grok to do me an image for this tonight, I ended up providing it this image you're seeing, and it did it with this. I asked it to do thing, and it was giving me Superman. I said, "Give me Skyman from Columbia Comics," and then it gives me Superman, or variation on Superman. It was really stupid. So, well, I would presume Skyman can fly, but never know. So, other than your laptop crashing on you, how are you tonight, Curran, cutest, whatever, Netsumi? Okay, let me change the canvas size. Let me move the picture, put it in the middle. There we go. Oh, what is it with my tech and constantly failing? Well, I think maybe it's because it's like 10, 15, 20 years old. Judas Fitzgerald says, when I was a kid around 12, 13, I thought up of a hero called Arrowman who had nanotech bird suit that allowed him to fly. Don't know what to do with the character, so I. Well, I take he'd be superhero, so we know what to do with them. Have them fight supervillains. Or her. Start with the premise and go from there. Create a backstory. Heck, sometimes you don't even need to create a backstory. These people didn't do a lot of that back then, so. But nowadays you probably do. Just, or you could start it, very little backstory. Just don't have to have it all everything figured out right away. Just Yeah, I'm jealous of that gigantic industrial fan behind you. We need them over here in the United Kingdom. And that only cost me $50 Canadian. I'm here in Canada. Judas, he would have had taken Raven and fought Pegasus. Pegasus. What sounds like you had knew something to do with them. So okay, that head is way too big. And I don't know about that leg. I'm gonna have to resize the canvas again. Hey, Alpha. How are you? I think the arms are too big. Maybe the torso isn't quite long enough either. Let's bring the torso down a bit. Uh, or the, not the torso, the leg. Let's widen that a little bit. Scale. Okay, I think I like that. And then let's grab the head. And we'll shrink it a little. And we'll keep the aspect ratio. Okay, so I think I'm liking that. Okay, I'll be right back. I need to use the facilities. And somebody is in the washroom, so I cannot use the facilities quite this moment. So let's bring that down a little. And actually, we're going to bring it up a little too, but in a different way. There we go. We'll add another layer. Okay. So, of course, as usual, we're giving this a little bit of the cross comics flair, especially be golden age. So we're, actually putting some muscles and stuff on the character, or more muscles, making it look a little bit more modern day. You know, I'm gonna end up needing to further this over in a bit. Uh, so all 4 pages for the Canadian Shield, not Canadian Shield, Snowdrift Ashcan are done. Well, they're all drawn. I gotta put some. I gotta letter them. And just got a few. I was like, dang, I better hurry up. Well, yeah. Well, one, that, sure. And then, so that means I will probably by September, when I got 2 things in September, I'm going to Jesus Fest here in Hamilton. I got a vendor space, we'll say. I won't say a table because they don't provide a table. Got to provide my own table. And Hamilton Comic Con, I'll be have that. Should be able to have that at both and be able to give it away and start getting people interested in Snowdrift a little bit more. Jesus Fest, yeah. Day of worship and preaching the gospel at in a park here in Hamilton. Well, and actually 2 days, but one day that it's only 1 or 1.5 days. It's in the evening on the Friday and then all day Saturday. and or most of the day Saturday. It goes to, not sure what time it goes till at night, but needless to say, I've got a thing there, so I want to go. Sounds like a good place to pick up chicks. Well, I'm not sure about that, but I haven't picked up any year. But then again, heck, this year I've got a booth, so I'll probably be talking to a lot more people. And then actually, ooh, I should hopefully as long as Flit can get me his thing in time, I should be. I'm going to Kingdom Bound, which is a 3 day Christian music festival in Darien Lake. And I'm going to be bringing a bunch there to give out. Well, I'll be giving out Canadian Shield ones at both of them too. All those. I'm hoping I can give out a bunch at Wonder, not Wonder Jam. Uh, Kingdom Bound. I'm just attending that, so it's just hopefully I'll be bringing them around with me. Been waiting in line with people, see another Christian. Hey, here, check this out. Ash cans. Like the Canadian Shield ash can. These. I'll probably actually bring some comics down with me to. There, of course, is the cover done by Raoul. There's the one page. Here's page one, page two, page three. I haven't got the page four. Well, I've gotten, but I haven't gotten page four. Hasn't been uploaded to Google Drive yet. I gotta redo that when I do redo this next. Okay, so let's again change canvas size so we can include his hand on this side. Okay, I'll be hopefully back in a couple 30 seconds, a minute. Gotta go to the washroom. Hopefully, it's no longer being used.
Everybody, Cross Comics just left. I'm invading the show. They'll never know I was here. Public domain characters. Hey, everybody. South Photo and show was just sitting a little dull, so I decided to show up. This is animation I've been doing for fun. Just to warm up, it's a character named Grim Greenwood from Dragon Ball. And just in the skill and
Oh, hello.
hello?
He's
Oh,
here.
in the skill. I'm sorry, you have reached the wrong number. Please hang up and dial again.
Too bad I didn't dial a number.
Curses. Fold again.
Hello, Cross.
Hey. Oh, you're working on the game?
Well, this is a warm-up animation I was doing,
Oh,
but I've got the page open. I can work on that while you work on this.
oh, okay. I just I want to be sure before I show anything.
Yeah. Let me change windows. How do I do this?
We hear you better now. Who, me or Alpha?
Me?
Fitzgerald would
Oh,
say
no,
we
Cross.
hear.
Me? Yeah, me.
Me, 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 me. Yeah, 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 yeah,
And
yeah,
me.
yeah, 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 yeah. Oh.
And you.
I'm not sure whether you're able to show that or not, that image.
Well, it's not official or anything. It's just fun.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you probably weren't able to hear him clear because he wasn't coming through my computer, and you're probably hearing him a little. He was coming through my regular speakers, so you probably heard him a little bit through my mic.
Oh, okay.
Because me and my buddy, when we're playing video game together, usually use Discord, and instead of
Oh,
having to talk while we're doing it, especially when we're playing
uh-huh.
the same one. And instead of having my earphones on, I put it on my speakers.
Oh, well, for a show, you need the headphones on so people
Yeah.
don't hear the echo.
Yeah,
How do I show this?
very carefully.
Oh, yeah, that's true. For a second, I thought I knew what I was doing.
Oh, that would be a change.
Yep. Yep. Yes, indeed. Let me try this again. Your screen. Aha! Wait, not that screen. Wait, is it even open? Yeah, it's open. Let me close this then. This. Go. Where is it then? Oh, there it is.
It is where it is.
Yeah, I think the proper screen is showing now. I think.
Yeah,
I'm not
it's
sure.
really big though. Is that the small
But that's
version?
good. It's here. Hmm. Oh man, that's the wrong thing. Okay, I go here. And this? No, not that one. Window. There it is.
Oh, you are showing a lot. A big window today, which is all right. Oh, now
I'm
you
just.
put it.
What? Did it shrink?
Yeah. Well, it did, but it didn't.
Uh.
You
Ooh,
put it. You put it in 9 by 16 instead of the 16 by 9.
interesting. I'll have to tune into the show and see how this looks.
It's not too bad because then I just put you beside my artwork, and you can see both of ours in full. What I'm doing.
All right. Public Domain Character Wednesday.
Yes. One of them is public domain, the other is not.
Oh, okay.
Yes, the one I'm doing is public domain. Well, technically, the name Canadian Shield is public domain, but my character is not public domain.
That's a good point. Must have clicked on the wrong video. Let me try another one. There it is. Oh, there it is. Yeah, my picture's showing okay.
Yeah. Well, before you had it wide like mine, and then you did the. You were showing, I guess,
Yeah,
all of
this.
Clip Studio, shall we say? Where here you're just
Yeah, this
showing.
way better.
But you're drawing on a tab. Well, I'm drawing on a tablet too. I guess I could do that if I
Hmm.
wanted. If I did this, change it.
Yeah, I flipped my tablet vertically. Feels more like drawing on paper, or at least the way I hold a tablet when I'm drawing on paper.
Okay. How do I get this to? Is there a way to get it to flip?
Well, I had to change the orientation of the monitor, and I had to change the orientation of how it tracks everything. It was complicated. I didn't think I could do it at first, but I was persistent and I figured it out.
Let's see whether I can do that. I just want to. Display settings. Display orientation. Portrait. Okay, that is weird. Let's keep
Yeah.
changes. It really messes with things.
Mm-hmm.
Just go. Okay. I might try this for a few times. Okay, so switch studio. How do I transform, reset, okay. And can we get it so it doesn't, oh, I know what we want, transform, fit to screen, okay, there we go. No. No, is there a way? Okay. And if I okay, let's go over to. Can I get it? Okay. This is definitely interesting way to do this.
Well, my monitor is attached to a arm attached to my table too, so I could just spin it around and stuff too.
Yeah, you know what? I don't have that, but I guess I could get that. That's uh,
If I had a camera, I'd show you. I don't have my webcam hooked up.
oh, I get you. I can. Hmm. I just need a big one to do it with.
Mhm.
My leg proportions are off drastically. I wonder if this will
Yeah,
help
that's
me when.
passable. Maybe nobody will notice.
Well, the one thing too, this will definitely work for when I'm uh when I do the edits for my videos.
Hmm.
Especially when you want to do a short, uh, people will get it easier than you having to cut it, crop it so it's.
That's a good point because most shorts are vertical.
Yeah. I might do another pass on this, and I think I could actually live with the way I've put things on my main monitor. Too.
I don't know if anyone else does it. I mean, has their monitor like this. I think I'm just a weirdo who did this once.
Most people I see don't do it like this, but you know, you get to see more of what you're doing, I'd say, instead of just a small little thing. And of course,
Mhm.
because it's going taller, it fits well, for me right now, it fits on my thing a little bit better. I have two things propping it up. Like I can actually show because I can move my camera easily. Like I have uh, those two little things holding up, and it used to be going length widthwise, but now it goes that way. This could actually be better. I don't know. I'll have to.
Mhm.
It'd be great for reading a comic like this.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you read a digital comic on a little tablet.
Yeah. Okay, so what? Okay, that's actually in your thing. You got a something black on your screen blocking part of what you're doing, I think.
Oh, wonder what that is. Let me try. No, this. This will probably fix it.
Okay. Guess you're still trying to fix it.
Oh, I thought I did fix it.
Well, if you did, you're not sharing it.
Let me try this. Nope, not that. Wait, what? What happened? Oh, I just kind of dropped out. Okay, let's try again.
Uh, there we go. You're back. You're back to being able to see you and me.
Ooh.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I need to.
Gotta draw these Canadian people running.
Yeah, they're running from that nasty American girl.
She's
I don't.
American?
I don't know.
You should know. You created her.
Yeah, but I haven't decided. All my villains or whatever. Some of them I know whether they're from Canada or not. Some of them they're just villains. I know the backstory. I don't know where they grew up.
You're dropping lore. Everyone's here for the surprise lore drops. Sunset's American. He said it.
Yeah, jokingly, I'm not sure. But we're not saying she couldn't, isn't. We're just not sure. And of course, I just said it to get. I said that more to get a reaction out of you with the Canadian saying
Oh,
about the
well, it
Canadian.
worked. It worked. I was surprised. I was flabbergasted.
I figured you would be.
Yeah. I've been drawing her this whole time, and I thought she was Canadian. I thought she was from Edmonton.
Oh, she could be. Like it makes it seem with the script, definitely makes it seem like she's from around there. So I wouldn't say she's not. Some characters it's all right to have a little bit of a mystery like that, where they might be from. Heck, Toxico, I don't even know where he's from yet. And we're in the
I,
middle. I actually got to contact a guy, but he's supposed we might be having a Toxico origin story book coming.
ooh, cool.
The only thing I don't like about this, for me, is my things that are holding this up aren't as tall as this. So
Oh, that's understandable. I just wish this drawing tablet had buttons on it, like my old one used to. Shortcut buttons. This doesn't have shortcut buttons. I have to use a keyboard. I actually use two keyboards. I use a gaming keyboard and a normal keyboard.
uh, hey, Metal! If you add Ted Cruz, you can be born in Calgary and still be from America. Says Metal.
See, that's just one of those birther conspiracy theorists right there. No one listens to that.
But how are you tonight, Metal? I'd say how goes the fight, but I don't know what fight I'd be talking about. The fight of
Ooh.
life? Maybe?
Metal is always in a battle. Or the metal.
I'm not.
And no one can defeat the metal. Cannot defeat the metal.
Well, it depends on what metal he is. What type of metal is metal?
Metal is metal.
Do you
The
not
metal.
know? It shows that. Do you not know where Calgary is, or what that Calgary is a Canadian city?
That's where Lance Storm is from. Professional wrestler, of course. Alberta, Canada.
Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
They don't talk
Canada.
like. No way they talk like that there.
Yes, a city in Calgary in the province of Alberta.
Maybe he zoomed in too much. It's only going to be like 3 inches when people are reading it. Yeah,
It's also where Ted Cruz was born, according to all his personal pages and the Wikipedia on him. Oh, okay. I did not know. And he's a senator or something from the States, right?
yeah, he keeps running for president. That, that should
Uh,
actually disqualify him because, you would think you have dual citizenship shouldn't be good enough to be a American president. Just because one of your parents is American shouldn't make you American that way. You should be born in America.
uh, yeah, Ted ran for president. Jesus, it's so though.
Over and over. But
Oh,
I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist. You don't need conspiracy theorists on your channel.
why not? I can be one at times.
No, don't do that. You'll get canceled.
Oh, it just depends on the conspiracy that you want to believe in.
I'm just
Yeah,
asking questions, I'm just asking questions. I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just asking questions.
you're questioning the narrative. That's not allowed either.
Oh, well, I'm just asking questions.
Fitzjoseph says, I thought you have to be born in America to be eligible for U.S. presidency.
Yeah,
Metal says,
but I guess
yeah.
it's um,
Metal says, yeah, he is considered naturalized. Both his parents were American, yet he was always legally American. He has no dual citizenship. So his parents must have both been American, visiting Calgary when he was born, thus having Canadian citizenship.
I don't know. He was under the jurisdiction and of Canada when he was born, so I don't know. So he was subject to their laws and thereof. So I guess technically that, according to some people, that would make him Canadian, allegedly. But I'm just saying, just asking questions.
Questions are not allowed. Hey, CJ Posh, how are you?
Hello, CJ. Hope you didn't catch us talking conspiracy theories. We're just, it's just, contemplating. We're not saying it's true. We're just saying maybe, theoretically, possibly.
He wouldn't care. He's a fellow Canadian like me.
Oh, okay.
He's somebody I know in real life.
Okay. So Ted Cruz, we're just saying that he might be a Trojan horse for the Canadian government to overthrow the Americans. Just saying, but that's just theoretically. That's a conspiracy, though.
It's theoretically theoretical.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And he says, report it.
No, don't.
He's joking, of course. Metal says we also like the one and only countries that has birthright citizenship in most countries in the world. You are a citizen of whatever country your parents were from. which is how some people get dual.
There's a conspiracy theory that China is like, they're flying a bunch of pregnant women to an island that's under American jurisdiction so they can get American citizenship when their children are born. There's like a rich diplomat sending his pregnant wives to an island to give birth, and so far they have like 4,000 American citizen Chinese diplomat babies that are gonna. But that's a conspiracy though. I'm just saying, that's what they're saying.
They're saying all this.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Fitzgerald then says, like in Saudi Arabia, you become a citizen. Unless I think it means you cannot become an Arabian citizen unless your parents are Arabian.
Hmm. That makes sense. That makes you have duality to where you're from. I mean, loyalty, yeah.
So, Metal or Fitzgerald, how do you like the fact that I've rotated my screen? Or CJ Posh, what do you think of the rotated screen and drawing that way or all that?
Don't worry. She blew up the car, but I don't think anyone was in it. Yeah. They just parked on the side of the road. Yeah.
Okay, I have no idea what you're talking about there. Metal
Well,
says, "Oh, a lot of places don't even give you citizenship. Even if you marry a citizen, your children will be, but never you." Yeah, Canada, just because they'll allow you to stay here, obviously, but I'm not sure. I don't think they give you citizenship unless you go through the course or born here, of course. And the reason I know this is there, or what I'm going by is there is a program called 100 Street, a Christian program, sort of like the 700 Club, but Canadian, called Crossroad Christian Communications. One of their main programs is 100 Huntley Street, and the son
they're
of
the
the guy
100
that,
Club.
yeah, the son of the guy that created it married an American woman, or one of the sons, and from what if I correct, and she had to go. She didn't. She had to go do the citizenship to become a citizen, but she had not done it. Probably for 10, 20 years of their marriage. So I think, anyways, if I'm remembering correctly, and I could be wrong, so don't 100% quote me on that.
They happen to be watching right now. This is their favorite show, and they can't believe you would say such a thing. Spread such misinformation.
Well, actually, I know the people in person too, so. But I know
See, I told you.
I've interacted with their son.
It's their favorite show.
I've they went to used to go to the church that I went to. I've interacted with their both
Cool.
of their sons and their daughter.
I'd be like, Cross, how could you?
We're very cross at you now.
A very fitting name. Well, I may actually finish this panel today.
Ooh, that might mean page 5 is done. Oh no, you're not doing the bottom.
No, I've got bottom and the middle needs to be finished. Okie dokie.
Okie dokie, Smokey. Don't take a talkie. Metal says in the U.S. you need a specific marriage green card and to file for naturalization after permanent residency for 3 years, but you get full citizenship with marriage after that.
Interesting.
Fitzgerald says, I'm still writing a story under my pen. The guy I'm writing with it seems to like OTSK far.
Ostafar?
This is weird. I'm still gonna get used to this.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, like
But it's convenient.
I'm opening up a file. That's what I'm more talking about right now. It's like weird in that way.
Well, I figure if I'm working on comics and comics are vertical, that I should draw vertically.
Yeah.
This is a fun show and all, but I do miss Mike S. Miller's drawn and quartered show.
Yeah.
I think he said after his stroke, he draws slower now, so he can't keep up. Something like that. That just means he draws as fast as normal people do now.
Yeah. Put the color on the wrong layer.
Uh-oh.
That just means I gotta recolor some stuff in.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I don't like about this is when I go want to make a new layer, I have to use my mouse to do it.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
if I want to change my color.
yeah. I, I'm switching back and forth between the two.
But other than that, it's all right. It could be very convenient.
Hmm. Okay, now how am I going to? Okay, I think I. Okay, let me give this a shot. Save it, and then I'll merge everything down, copy it, and move it to the text panel, and hope it fits.
Let me go back to this layer, this block. Okay, and these boots, what color am I thinking they are? They're probably black, just the shading or coloring on or lighting on them. Sure. Okay, there we go. That's There we go. Gotta get some, there we go. There we go. Yeah, from we didn't actually read this guy's comic, but or story in Columbia Comics on Sunday, me and Mike. But I like the name and the sort of the look, so I figured I'd draw him. I thought he'd be a slightly more interesting than any of the characters that we did read from, but if it wasn't for reading with Mike on Sunday, I would not be drawing this character.
Well, he is public domain, so
Yeah,
it was probably more exciting when he was new.
the one that I was gonna go for was Marvello, or I'm not sure that's how you pronounce it or not, but Marvel with an O on the end. So
Hmm. I guess people used to say Marvel a lot more back then.
they must have thought it was really marvelous.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Mm. Hey, Mike. Thanks for dropping by to hit the like and share and say hi. Great having you here.
Hello, Mike.
Not sure whether you heard me about tonight's drawing being inspired by Sunday night.
Can you hear me?
Hey, Mike.
Hello.
Hello. I didn't hear the announcement. I just basically just got in and typed in
Ah,
and, just before you not acknowledged me. But I noticed, yeah, well, when I looked at the thing, obviously I saw that you were doing Skyman from Columbia Comics. I didn't know that um it was inspired by what we did. So,
yeah.
um,
Well, I thought about doing Marvello. I just like the look of this character a little bit more as we pass by his story. I know we didn't read it, but I did
well,
get some
Skyman,
info.
I think, was one of the more featured. Was probably one of their like leading features in Columbia too. Um, I don't know if you caught some of my show earlier tonight, but
No,
there were a
unfortunately
couple
not.
of pieces of interesting comics news that I guess came out in the last couple of days. One, Image Comics decided to stop distributing through Global Comics. They're using another site now apparently. But the thing that really caught my attention that I really talked quite a bit about. So apparently there were some, I guess Dark Horse was there was plans that they were going to I guess do a comic from a Jewish author named Dr. Medoff. Um,
Yeah.
it was basically it was a comic about the cartoonist cartoonist against the Holocaust or something like that. And
Oh,
apparently, at least according to him, um, they told him that if he didn't sit there and denounce Israel, then they weren't going to publish his comic.
oh wow.
Whoa. I thought there was supposed to be a publisher and not a, like, editor and curator.
Well, the only problem is that, well, here's the thing, and Rick can tell you this, Metal can tell you this, because I've covered this a lot. With all this woke stuff the last 7, 8, 9, 10 years or so, right? Um, a lot of the mainstream companies, DC, Marvel, maybe to a slightly lesser degree, like Archie, Image, IDW, Dark Horse, they've all kind of taken this hard woke left, you know, in terms of like, or basically they're just like anything that's traditionally American or conservative or anything that's traditionally Judeo-Christian, they're vilifying, you know, it's totally vilifying, um,
Yeah. But you know what? This is even
and,
more
and
ridiculous.
pushing a lot of the other like the woke agenda. Um, let's see. I'm sorry. Who Rick? And maybe the person who just talked and kind of introduced themselves because I don't know them by name or.
This is
Alpha Proto.
Alpha Proto.
Oh,
But
Alpha. Okay.
yeah,
Hmm.
what I was saying, it's even more ridiculous because this guy is supposed to be Jewish, and you want a Jewish man to denounce Israel. That's just
Yeah.
ludicrous.
Yeah. When I was covering the article earlier, you know, I was I covered the article earlier, of course.
Yeah.
They did kind of talk about that a bit, and this guy who's writing this comic is actually he's a Jewish scholar. He's actually somebody who's a Holocaust scholar, a Jewish scholar, and this is all stemming from, I guess, the October 7th, 2023 Hamas attack. That's why a lot of these mainstream companies seem to be like trying to force them to denounce Israel and all that.
Yeah.
Now, according to Dark Horse, according to their legal team, that's not why they, according to them, anyways, at least their legal team, no, that's not why they're not choosing to publish it. But
did they say why?
Well, I guess they said that there were no firm plans in place. It had more to do with like money and money issues and delaying, publishing delays or whatever. Actually, in fact, what I should just go ahead and do here, even though I covered the article on my program, on my show.
Yeah.
I mean,
no problem, Fitz.
Let's see. Let me just go grab the article. I can just read off what was said. Well, actually, one of the things that Natsuri even pointed out is the picture they used as an avatar as well for the article, and it was also there's a, I guess, the cover. Yeah, Cartoonists Against the Holocaust is what it was called. And I guess this particular cover image that they had on here was the National Socialist flag with Adolf Hitler on the cover.
Oh.
All right. Okay, so here's so according to Comic Book Click, Dark Horse's legal team claims the project was canceled because of financial concerns and scheduling delays, and disputes Madoff's claim it was over politics. In a statement from the company's legal counsel, Dark Horse said it had, quote-unquote, no plans to publish the book, and denied the decision was based on Madoff's refusal to add political commentary. The company previously published Whistleblowers, Four Who Fought to Expose the Holocaust to America, and Cartoonists Against Racism, two of Madoff's other books, without any issue. So this is a sudden reversal. So the sudden reversal stands out. Well, also what I'm wondering is if those two other books were published before the Hamas attack. Yeah, let me see if I'll read a portion of this. I guess I'll read the first. Okay, I'll read a portion of the article here as well. So, a major comic book publisher is under fire after canceling a Holocaust-themed book when its Jewish author refused to denounce Israel, exposing the growing ideological pressure inside the comics industry. Dark Horse Comics had planned to release Dr. Raphael Madoff's book, Cartoonists Against the Holocaust, this summer. The book collects 150 editorial cartoons from the 1930s and 1940s with commentary about what Americans knew during the Holocaust. According to Madoff, an editor at the comics publisher told him the book would not move forward unless he added statements accusing Israel of genocide, war crimes, and human rights abuses.
Madoff, who were the publishers who worked for, was it Image, that they wanted to be a union and they wanted editorial on books?
Image was one of Image is one of those companies. I think Image was one of those companies. Dark Horse is actually another one where this seems to be happening.
Yeah, because they're just supposed to, publish the books.
Yeah, let me see. Actually, they do talk about that too. Let me see if I can find that particular part.
Now I know Fizz says something here I think is going to be controversial. I would disagree with it because I don't think it's true. Fizz Chozo says, funnily enough, most popular sect of Judaism in Israel currently doesn't believe in God and believes Jews are the master race. No Jewish person I know thinks that. And not that I know a lot, but I do. I know at least one Jew from Israel that I've talked to several times.
Oh yeah, I mean, I know of a Jewish person too, and I know they don't believe that. So
Yeah, and like I said, this Jewish person I know actually lives in Israel right now.
yeah.
Too. So.
I mean, I would wonder what Avi would have to say about all this too. I mean, I know Avi is he's a reporter for comic this site right here that I'm going from for just Bleeding Fool, but he hasn't written any articles. But going back to Alpha's thing about the workers union, yeah, I remember there was a paragraph in here on that too. So here's a paragraph for you, Alpha. So the dispute comes at a time of change inside Dark Horse. The company recently approved a workers' union, a move that many say puts the company's profitability in jeopardy and reflects a broader shift in the comics and publishing world. There have also been major internal shakeups, including the departure of longtime founder and publisher Mike Richardson, who helped build the company into a major force in graphic novels. Now, based on what little I do know about the situation, because I've reported on Mike Richardson and the whole thing with Dark Horse and all that before too, I have a feeling they kind of forced him out. I kind of have a feeling that they may have forced him out. It's like he was the founder, and then of course get all these people. Now here's the thing, though, and Rick knows this because we've talked a lot about it. Metal knows this, talked a lot about it. A lot of these mainstream comic book artists and all that, right? Even these people going into these unions and stuff, they have been hard woke. It's like, and even Metal and I were talking about this the other day, where Kelly, I had to be reminded of who the person actually was. I used to confuse her with Gail Simone, but Kelly Sue DeConnick in an interview, like a few years back here, in an interview, she essentially said, "If you don't like my politics, don't like my book." So.
Yeah.
And people obliged her.
And then she got mad at them for it.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So, basically, yeah, I saw that story. I'm going, okay. Well, and if you go back and watch my show, I did talk about the idea. Well, maybe this guy, Dr. Madoff, should consider, just publishing the book independently. Then, like, go to like Fund My Comic or something like that.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where I caught the headline as like, yeah, I got to report on this. This is big. This is a big story, but that's been the thing going on with a lot of mainstream comics for the last 5 to 10 years here. Rick, you and I have talked about it several times.
Yeah.
We've talked about it with metal before. You know,
Yeah.
we've seen this. We've seen where, and that's part of the whole reason why Comicsgate kind of came into being. Okay, that's kind of part of the reason why Comicsgate and the whole independent comic movement of recent years has come into being, because
Well,
you have these.
the independent comic movement was always there.
Well, yeah, it was always there, but
It's just become, we'll say, a little bit more popular.
I'll make
Yeah,
this
it
way.
became a good alternative to the mainstream.
Okay, yeah, okay. Let's say it this way. Independent comic scene right now is in a bit of a flow as opposed to an ebb.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's more in a flow right now as opposed to an ebb, because a lot of these mainstream companies are choosing message over profit. They're choosing agenda over profit. It's like, no, we want to push all this, push all this woke stuff, and
Right.
and as I've said before too, and Rick, you've heard me say this several times. It's a lot easier to sell an idea with a legacy character. Now I've said it a little bit differently in other ways, but with, let's say, a legacy character than with, let's say, a new character. A lot of commentators have said, well, why don't they just make a new, if they really want to push this, why not just make a new character? Because in order to normalize it, it's a lot easier to normalize it if you can say, let's say, somebody like Superman or Batman or Spider-Man, oh, they're gay, that must mean it's cool, So
Yeah.
it's that whole, as opposed to some new character that nobody really knows yet or has established any kind of connection with whatsoever.
Okay, Fitzgerald has got a couple other comments. He says, keep in mind, I don't support either Hamas or Israel, but it's true there is a sect of Judaism that doesn't believe in God and Moses, just used as a political tool. Oh, sure, I believe that
Well,
there's
I wouldn't say that that's a sect. I just think it's the tribe itself is a people, and some of those people aren't religious at all. But that's a ethnicity, the ethnicity of it, not the. It's like saying Israelite versus Jewish versus Hebrew, and there's
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
You have to remember. You have to remember
It's an ethnicity and it's a religion at the same time.
Well,
yeah.
because
I was just gonna say to it, yes, I do believe that there is a sect of Judaism that does not, or a sect of Jewish people that do not believe in God, 100%. But I don't think that's a majority there by any stretch, or even most popular.
Well, yeah, I
there.
mean, I think Alpha made a very good point here. Alpha Proto made a very good point here in that, the Jewish people are both. It is both. Well, okay, let's be a little bit clearer here. Judaism is the religion. Jewish, or the Jews, are the people. Okay,
Yeah.
and the reason you would also consider it an ethnicity, it goes all the way back to Moses. Not even, it goes back to the 12 tribes, basically, right? Because if you notice, the 12 tribes were, and they even have them to this day, where a lot of the tribal names are still used at, as segments of Israel.
Yeah.
Okay. The Nephrites, like Nephrites, or some of the
Yeah, so you could be Jewish by blood, but not by religion.
Yeah,
and a lot of the Jews in America, like there's some in Hollywood that, they don't believe in God, but, they grow up with the ceremonies and all that stuff, It's just part of their culture, too.
Yeah.
There are the Jewish. Okay.
I was going to say, like Leonard Nimoy, from what I know, yeah, he grew up with all that, but he himself, from what I knew, was not religious. the
Yeah,
actual
he grew up
spot.
with it. Actually, the Cleon live long and prosper is how they would do their hands during blessings,
Yeah,
and he carried that over into Star Trek.
yeah. Sorry for interrupting you, yeah, Mike.
Oh, me too. I'm not
Yeah,
showing my text.
I
You're supposed
know.
to tell me.
Sometimes I get going and we end up talking over people, and that people end up talking over me. So I gotta at times remember to calm down a little bit. But yeah. But the point is that as we were just talking about, you know, Judaism, I believe, is the religion, and then Jews are the people. And as a people, they are an ethnicity, and as I said, it goes all the way back to like the Pentateuch and all that, the first 5 books of the Bible, and
Yeah,
when when they ended up going out of Egypt and then into the Promised Land and started, um,
yeah. Uh,
Didn't they get the name from Joseph?
yeah.
I mean, when I say Joseph, he got sold into Egypt, and his offspring were called the Hebrews.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
not.
he
Go
well,
ahead.
his name got changed to Israel. Jacob's name is
Oh, they were the
Israel.
Israel.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Oh,
uh,
what the
uh,
magic color dream coat? I forgot. Technicolor dream coat.
yeah.
There's so much Bible in my brain, I get some of it mixed up.
Yeah. Okay, let me just get through Fitzgerald's statements here. He says that comic state stuff started 10 years ago now. I think it was I guess it could be. I was thinking it
Yeah,
might not be
probably 10
quite
years.
10 years. And then he says, how insecure are you when you believe that you need to make your sexuality cool? Yeah, I agree. Then he says, there is literally a sect of religion that argues God doesn't exist, and Moses
That's called
just wanted
atheism.
the Jews to reign supreme. I wasn't talking about the people of Jewish descent who don't practice the religion. I'm talking about an actual synagogues that preach that. Well, I'm sure there are, for sure, but I wouldn't say
What good
it's
would a synagogue be
popular.
if it didn't preach
Okay,
God?
well, Fitzgerald, do you know the name of the sect? Do you know the name of the sect that supposedly preaches this? Maybe we can
Well,
look it up and verify that.
yeah. Well, the
Yeah,
other,
because
as
like I was
for
saying, I don't think synagogues don't believe in God. I mean, the whole point of a synagogue is to worship God, you know?
yeah, but you want to know something? As much as I get where you're coming from, we have Christian churches that the pastors don't believe in God preaching.
That's true. I've
Well,
seen some people like
yeah.
that.
What Rick's talking about, and a lot of the woke ideology has permeated into a lot of Christian churches too. You know, trying to justify it by using some of what Jesus had said while misinterpreting it. Um, uh,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
So
you said about the comics, you know, if a comic book character says it, you know, it sounds cooler. So if you can twist Jesus's words or anyone in the Bible, if you could twist the Bible itself, you can make anything sound somewhere, you know?
the problem is in our own human understanding, it's very, and this is from Romans. Okay, we could very easily justify a lot of behaviors, good, bad, or indifferent. You know, it even says that in Romans. Okay,
uh,
because while there's because in the Bible there's only like maybe 5 or 6 things that are concrete, without a doubt. Um, you read them and you know there's no way to interpret them any other way than what's being presented to you. Okay, maybe a bit more than 5 or 6, but my point I always argue in this is that there's a lot in the Bible that is left up to interpretation.
yeah, for sure. Especially,
Yeah.
when we're like like 2,000 years removed from it. Most of the stuff. Anyways, Fitzgerald says it's called humanistic Judaism.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
humanistic Judaism. Yeah. Okay, I've heard of the humanistic. I've heard of the humanistic philosophy. That's yeah, the human. Okay, that permeate. That's not just a Jewish thing, though. Okay, that humanism is
Yeah, that's a way
it's
of
an
life
idea.
from
It's an
atheists too.
ideology that basically says, that there is no God. That we as man control our own fate.
yeah, but he's
Okay,
just
that's not
saying.
that's
But there's, I guess they permeate it, however you want to say it. Permeate it, the actual some synagogues, and they've done that in Christianity too. So again, I can see there being some people there. It's just like, yes, there are churches that do that. Is it a major popularity in churches? I would say no.
no. Well, first off, I don't think the humanistic approach is so. According to no, and I know this is going to be So according to Wikipedia here, right? And I know
Yeah.
some people might have some criticisms of Wikipedia, but this is basically what Wikipedia says. Humanistic Judaism is a Jewish movement that offers a non-theistic alternative to contemporary branches of Judaism. Non-theistic meaning they don't believe in God. It
Yeah.
defines Judaism as the cultural and historical experience of the Jewish people rather than the religion, and encourages Jews who are humanistic and secular to celebrate their identity by participating in relevant holidays and rites of passages, such as weddings and bar bat mitzvahs, with
Yeah.
inspirational ceremonies that go beyond traditional literature. So basically, they're like a meaning they don't believe in God. They look at it more from a cultural aspect than really a religious aspect.
Yeah, that's what Sargon of Akkad does with Christianity. He doesn't believe in God, but he likes the traditions of the church and the community of it.
Yeah. Now,
So there's cultural Christians too.
just to understand, and I'm going to read off some of. So just to understand the broader form of humanism here. Okay, I'm going to read this from Wikipedia as well. Humanism is a philosophical stance that emphasizes the agency and the individual and the social potential of human beings, whom it considers the starting point for serious moral and philosophical inquiry. In other words, man is his own God is basically the basic idea here. The meaning of the term humanism has changed according to successive intellectual movements that have identified with it. So the idea here is that humanism, it's kind of a fluid philosophy because it comes down to the belief in the idea of the belief in the human condition, the belief in the human spirit, the belief in the human intellect, the belief in the human more. In other words, as man is his own God. That's human. That's the humanistic approach. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Man is the center of the universe instead of God, or the God or Yahweh, however you want to call it.
Yeah, okay, let's see. Fitzgerald says, from what I heard, it's pretty popular in Israel, as half the population in Israel is atheist.
Yeah, I think that is a thing in Israel because they have like the biggest like gay stuff in Israel and stuff too. They call it celebrating human rights. But yeah, I do think it's more of a cultural thing in Israel than it is in America.
Yeah. Well, you remember too, a lot of the Jewish people had migrated to America around the time of World War II too.
Yeah,
Oh.
and Hollywood. Well, that's not to be a conspiracy theorist, but they say that Hollywood's run by.
Yeah,
Well, you know
well,
what? Let's not
okay.
even talk about that. I
Yeah,
guess.
Alpha. There's a lot of conspiracy theories out there. There's like probably one of the more well-known ones, or one of the ones that's been played up a lot on, is that there's this secret society called the Illuminati that basically just runs everything in the world.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And in Marvel, it's like Doctor Strange and Professor X, Black Bolt, Namor, and Namor's part of the Cabal and the Illuminati, so he's like on both sides.
yeah. Well, I mean, they even had the. I mean, I don't know if you remember the cartoon Gargoyles. The Illuminati was a part of that too.
Yeah, like they put that stuff in a lot of things because it's a popular conspiracy theorist type stuff, which it might be part of things, it might not. I'm not sure, but anyways,
Actually, in a way, isn't that what Davos is? A bunch of rich people deciding the future of the world.
I think so.
So it's not really much of a conspiracy theory. They're doing it right in front of us,
Yeah, well, it's not no longer. It's not the Illuminati in this case. It's not secret people or whatever. So
Well, here in America, the ones that they try to argue are basically running everything are the Koch family and the Soros family. The Kochs and the Soros. The Kochs
What?
and the
I mean,
Soros
I love Coke.
are basically
the
the
drink.
money behind
drink.
the major political parties.
Yeah, that's a way of controlling stuff with power, is just getting your hands in the political parties and the entertainment.
Right.
But man, that tasty beverage is controlling the world?
I don't think that's what they mean by Coke.
Where did you get that one from?
But you said the Koch family.
Yeah, well, the Koch and the Soros families, yeah, because the Kochs are they backed like the Republican Rhino establishment, like the Bushes and the Cheneys and all that. Okay, and the Soros family, okay, they're backing a lot. They're backing a lot of this hard left, like Marxist movement. They're back. The Soros family are backing people like Tom Steyer here in California, and like Mandami in New York.
Yeah.
And AOC and all that. So, and Bernie Sanders. So.
So what do you guys think of my Skyman?
Actually, I should take a.
Let me take a look.
I didn't mean to take us on to this very ideological. I was just talking more about the article, but it.
Yeah, well, it developed, a conversation, and conversations are all right as long as everybody can have a level head and not get angry and upset and all that.
Right.
And, we can talk.
And I get what you're trying to do. You're trying to move us on so that things don't get any more heated than.
Well,
even though it doesn't look like we've gotten heated yet too much.
No.
But,
well, I don't think us guys are going to get heated. And no, that's not really why I'm doing it. A, I'm done, so I'm just asking. And B, well, it's 12 o'clock. My show is pretty much done too at that point.
Yeah, he'll never get a Coke sponsorship with you talking about them like that.
You think I really want a Coke sponsorship?
Yeah, it's delicious.
Coca-Cola? Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
now I get it. Well, actually, I drink Pepsi. If we're gonna go that route.
How dare you?
Well, Skyman's just a guy for you. He's got the red, white, and blue colors for that.
Yeah. Well. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, and I did notice that, Rick, and I was trying to get to that, but we were still kind of mixing up with the other stuff. But yeah, I did notice that. I noticed he did do some slightly different colorization, but that's still pretty cool, you know.
From the things the pictures that I got, this is his colors, so I did everything fairly correct. You know, like I'm not 100%.
Oh yeah, he has a lot of red, and we know, you know. Well, you've read his stories with me before. He's got a lot of red and blue in his costume. So
yeah, well, I went and got pictures too. As you can see, there's a picture up on my screen from issue 3.
yeah,
I actually,
well, yeah, I can see the cover there, the Skyman cover as well.
you know, one of the pictures I referenced. I also have issue 1 cover to reference. So, so what's everybody think of my Skyman? I didn't get the shade and light it, but you know, I did get the background.
Pretty good.
I'm looking more at the one in the center here. I didn't know where you were actually.
Well, the one in the center is most likely mine on my screen.
Okay, so this is what I'm. Well, I'm now over on the YouTube screen here. So this is what I'm saying. On the far right, yeah, your box, your face there, your box, and then the Skyman comic cover right under you.
Yeah.
In the middle is a picture of Skyman. You know, I don't know if that's from a comic or that's.
No, I just drew that tonight. I just drew that tonight. The one in the middle.
Okay, so, yeah. And then on the far left, it looks like some pencil work on, I don't know, those are panels for Skyman or what have you.
No, those are panels for Snowdrift 2, which Alpha has drawn for me.
Okay.
But the one
I didn't know what exactly was what here. So the one you drew in the middle there, yeah, that looks pretty cool. That actually looks like a pretty good modern rendition of the character. If let's say you did decide to incorporate him into your comics, I could see that working. You know.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I think you could because he is public domain, so I think you could theoretically.
Yeah, I'd probably I wouldn't mind getting a few public domain characters and using them as World War I heroes. Putting them back in World War I, and
put them back in their proper time and context. Yeah,
I'm actually putting them back further than most of these guys are World War II. I want to put them back into World War I time.
Oh, okay, that would be interesting as well. Change up their stories a little bit to reflect the times that they were in.
Yeah,
you know. Probably some of the technological changes that happened between World War I and World War II, and seeing how that differs out too.
Yeah, so maybe I might have to change the costumes a little to fit the era or whatever. I'm not sure, but I would like to do that with some public domain characters. If I'm going to put them in my universe, have them more as World War I heroes, and then they could be a team during that time. And Fitzgerald says it looks really good. What do you think, Alpha?
Oh, I'm surprised you were able to do so much in such a short amount of time.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like I finished these 2 panels. I'm just got 1 more now.
Yay!
You could color it and letter it.
Yeah. I got a letter.
I just want to ask something, and I want to ask Alpha that. Alpha, were you aware that I do my own? I also do a YouTube show.
Oh, I know you do a YouTube show. Like Rick, I mean, Cross is always inviting me, us to it. You know. And
well, I
used to drop sometimes.
Well, with Metal's help, I figured out how to use the announcement feature on Discord. So you've probably been seeing me share some of that on the Links Discord page as well of his channel.
Yeah. Links where you can find me.
What I do is Monday through Friday I cover I use the term niche as a grouping term. The things that are traditionally considered niche, like anime, cartoons, comics, manga, pro wrestling, even though a lot of people don't like that term applied to
What,
it.
the term pro wrestling? They
Well,
call it
no,
sports entertainment?
niche. The term niche.
Oh, that's
Niche. I
just
do it
clean.
more as a grouping, just group it all together rather than say anime, cartoon, comics, manga, pro wrestling. That can get tiring after a while. But yeah, I cover those. Usually during the week, I'll sit there and I'll read through articles. Sometimes I'll do profiles like on voice actors, like I did the last couple of nights prior to the night. Monday and
Ooh.
Tuesday.
Who did you do a profile on?
Well, okay, so like last night, I just read over the profile of Corey Burton, who of course is known for being Spike among other characters on like the G1 Transformers cartoon.
Cool.
He was also Tomax in the original G.I. Joe, of course, Brainiac and the DCAU and all that. So I'll sometimes do those. If there's not much in the way of news, and sometimes I just go through like Counting the Comics, Bleeding Fool, and lately I've been doing Anime News Network as well. To look up just news articles, and then I'll also do some on Fridays. I'll do more of a cartoon focused one, where I'll look and see what articles BTV Tunes has up to go over, and I'll go over those as well. So, and then on Sundays, it used to be on Fridays, but then I moved it to Sundays. I do what I call a historical comic retrospective, where and Rick's been a guest on the show a few times. Metal as
quite a few
well.
times. Yeah, we read
Where
over old comic books.
Yeah, it's one part comic book review, one part dramatic read. We'll read in character, and then we'll give commentary, or usually I'll ask like ask for overall impression, and then at the end, of course, I'll ask about
Which one
I'll ask
impressed the most?
which story they like the best, which story they like the least, and all that. So, and then every show, of course, I end with the This Day in Each History segment, where just looking back at times and looking back, at when things happened in the past, and during the week, of course, in between the news articles and the main news articles and the each history segment, I'll do a wrestling wrap up where I'll go over like some of the results of the wrestling shows and all that, and any news items that come up. So.
Fun and educational.
Huh?
Yeah, fun and educational. He said.
Oh yeah.
So, well, I would ask you whether there's something you want to promote, but I think you just did that, Mike.
Right.
So, not metal, sorry, Alpha. Anything you'd like to promote?
I guess I want to promote the metal. Everyone read his comics.
Okay.
Audacious Beach Babe. Yeah, I forgot the name, but read that. That's a good one.
Bikini.
Ex-Dynamis Chaos.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that one too.
Yeah. Well,
I like the bikini.
That's his site, and the Bikini Babes of Bodacious Bay or something like that is from his books, his company of Ex-Dynamis Chaos. Anyways, well, thanks, Mike, for coming on. Thanks, Alpha, for coming on. Thanks, everybody in the chat, for coming by. It's been great having you all here. We will see you tomorrow for the Silhouette game.
Silhouette game.
Yeah. And we are doing 90s cartoons. So come by, see whether you know your 90s cartoon characters by the silhouettes. So bye for now. God bless. Love you all. Have a great and wonderful day, night, whatever it might be for you. God bless.
The views expressed on this program do not